Hey guys, this is a 1970 Dart Swinger 340. Just getting her ready for paint. This is actually a pretty clean car. The underneath is really good. Paint job was done in the 80s or 90s originally. It used to be blue. Of course, we had to fix around the wheel wells right below the corner of the door down there. Someone had put the stripe in a very strange place, so we're going to correct that. Don't know what the color was. It's not a Dodge color, but we matched it. This side was really bad down over here. This had been rotten and there was patches put in and it was all warped, so we got that fairly straight. Fixed down there, all up here. As you can see behind the bumper and everything, a little bit of little dirt there, but nothing crazy. It's not all rusted out like most of these. I'm up in Ontario, Canada, so when we see these, they are really bad. Mopar with their two different latches, one on that side and one on this side. Someone had blacked all this out. We were going to correct it. We may not. It is nice and clean though, other than my sand and dust. So the story is, in original owner car, the guy bought it in 70, and in 71, 72 he did a cam kit from Mopar, and hence all the high performance stuff. Even the intake is it's got Mopar written right on it, so that's really cool. And it's got the 71, 72 style headers, which apparently he told me weren't available in 70, but who knows. Kind of a weird looking spaghetti on that side. Terrible brakes, basically none. Found a new old stock one of these still in the box, the washer jug. This is an original 340 car with a 727. I'm not a Mopar guy. I can't confirm that anything's number matching. They say it is. That's good enough for me. That is the wrong air breather, because he should have something that goes up to the hood like so. But when they did the high-rise intake, I guess they had to switch that out. So yeah, it's got the original rally wheels. He's upgrading the back ones from 14 to 15 inch, and he's going to go an inch wider. Apparently they clear without buggering up the suspension. The weird tailpipes, as far as I know, they're supposed to be the right thing that goes there, but you Mopar guys will know. I don't really care. I just paint stuff the way people ask me to. Yeah, she's a nice car. Interior's not bad. There's one little rip in the driver's seat. You can catch it there. But otherwise, it's all black and nice inside. Dash has its typical cracks. We've got a brand new one in the trunk. What else do we got in the trunk? Rubbers, seals, different things. But mostly this car is really nice. There's your hood scoops. Classic 340. We're going to redo those. Someone did them in flat black, but they always look dirty, so we're going to do them in a semi-gloss black. And those are the four corners. The valances aren't too bad. We had to fix up the corners a little bit from chipping, and they were kind of misshapen. Someone had jammed them on there all crooked. I'll show another video with a bunch of pictures. But yeah, so anyway, that's what we're working on. Dad's Rumblebee's still here. I don't know if anyone had seen the other pictures or if I'd loaded them, but so you can see where there's all new steel across the bottom of the cab, and basically in the next little while we'll get a windshield put in it. So Dad likes this thing. It's 4112. out of 5,000, I guess, the second swarm of the Rumblebee. So she's a fast old truck. Spending more value and time on this truck than most, simply because, again, this is my stepdad's truck, so she's a bit of an emotional. On this side, we had to basically replace the whole floor, and they don't really do pans for these, so we had to kind of make them. She's got all the original style wheels. He found some fairly clean ones and got rid of his old ones. This thing is on its second engine as far as we know, so the powertrain only has about 80,000-90,000 on it. The truck has about 380,000. Shop tour. So I got room to work on a car there. Usually I have something parked here, but right now I got all these Mopar parts, so we'll deal with those. Got the rotary lift. It's asymmetrical, so I can have it forward in the shop. I like it forward because I can lift a body off of a frame. That, well, we'll talk about that in another video maybe, but that's a 12x14 booth, and well, basically, here, let me back up as much as I can. So 3 sections are 4 feet wide, are solid. You can see the loose plastic hanging in the middle. So there's 3 sections of plastic that are just that, plastic. So basically from 12 feet, 2 guys can grab a side and pull it out. And my shop wasn't real deep, so to have that to be, 24 feet on the inside, it basically pulls out to that spot on the floor. So for this car to fit in here, I'd have to, well, I'll probably back it up about 1.5 feet, 2 feet from the door back there, but you know, this way I can push it back. You can still paint parts in there the way it is, which is great. But yeah, so now that I figured it out, it seems to work okay. We'll be trying it out pretty hardcore on this car, and if that all works out good, I'm gonna basically make it all out of steel. So yeah, basically, if you can see it in there, there's 3 4-foot sections, and then 3 sections that's just plastic that basically, when you open it, they all get tight. Let's take a tour right now, I guess. Now, I used to have, up near the lights in the middle of the ceiling, just a big tarp that rolled down, so it was like an open booth. And you get a little dust and stuff, and that's okay for some of the rattier stuff I was doing. You can see how the plastic comes down like a bit of a bladder in between. So there's 2 there. You can see that 2x4 in the middle, this guy here. So it just floats and has little feet. So basically when you push this all the way out, we still got there's another plastic that goes on the back wall. We haven't done that yet. That's the old fan. There was a filter box that goes in front of it. So now I got to cut a big hole right there in the back wall, sheet the whole back wall over. And yeah, so this is basically kind of a portable booth. That's just, I throw it in front of the fan, it picks up off the floor. But now that it comes through the door, like, that's not gonna work, so we're gonna have to close that right off. And we're gonna put an 8-foot by 39-inch paint arrestor system down here with a stack outside, and in the back of it will have charcoal filters, so that'll be good. What are these? 20 by 48s. You do get 8 in a pack. Seemed to be the cheapest way to just replace the whole box. Now I've got 6. I'm gonna have to relocate a piece of lumber up there so I can add one up in that corner and one in the very top of, well, the short door. So these doors here, basically, that one's a little over 40 inches. That one's 4 feet. And we got these style here. So you can see how that opens up. the next one. There. The short door wasn't for a man door, although I'll use it like that. I was going to put a man door at the back, just if you're going in and out, you know, the dust that comes in with you just gets sucked into the filter right away. But yeah, so your door just stacks up against the wall there and out of the way. So you've got a 10-foot entrance, which is, you know, the garage doors are 10 feet. So yeah, that's a pretty crazy booth. It's basically just a construction plastic vapor barrier, the heavier stuff. When I redo these 3 sections, the 3 solid sections, it's hard to film because it's so big. There you can see the 3 solid sections, how they're kind of made up there. So when I make them next, I'm going to make them out of steel. They're going to be solid metal. We're going to do, instead of, I got little slides underneath the walls, we're going to put rollers in the steel ones. And then use a fire rated PVC in the middle ones. So that'll be good. I think it'll be better. But this will do for a little bit. It was a good way to test out the theory. They do make collapsible booths where all of them collapse, but then the filter thing at the back is like a big box. So it ends up eating the whole entire area. Now the garage is 44 feet. Like I have that truck there sitting at the hoist, plenty of room in front of it. I had a 4-door, 7-foot box F350 in here earlier today. And you could work around it. It was a little tight, but let's face it, not too many trucks are, you know, 40 acres long. The shop has 12.5-foot ceilings. Hoist is over there, all the tools, etc. Bodywork stuff on 2 thing. This is a temporary table that ended up being a catch-all. That'll be out tomorrow. You know, different supplies in there. Bender. What else? Yeah, anything you'd need. I mean, it's all hidden in here somewhere. Got the bead roller over under the shelf. The English wheel, which I use very little, but it's so handy. It does stuff that other things won't do. And I don't necessarily shape a lot of metal with it, but I'll shape my metal off of a wooden stump with the hammer. And the thing is, now that I have the wheel, I can kind of shape it really rough and quick, and then I just wheel it nice and smooth and weld her onto whatever vehicle. So that's kind of cool. So we were sanding this pretty coarse, trying to get her done, and this was fun. The switch here in the compressor, it broke off of itself. I don't know if you can really see that, but so when the motor starts up, that spins and it basically pushes this little thing down and like points. So I got a new one of those coming and a new one of these coming. You know, but she's, I've had her for 10 years. She's done most of her work in the last 2 or 3. We got what? Radiant gas heat, propane. So basically, it's explosion proof, which is good. You know, type of stuff I do. I'm not too worried, but you never know. So yeah, the shop. Let's see, we're 32 feet wide by 44. If I ever had to do this again, it would be 50. And it would probably be 36 wide. Anyway, the video's long enough and I kind of rambled on, so we'll call that good for now. Hopefully I'll start doing more YouTube videos. Thanks.